Namaste everyone. Very welcome to this meeting. Ekta, you want to say something?
Namaste, beloved. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can.
Namaste, beloved. What you were just speaking about, that, can this branch, can I take this dead branch? Um, can I take this away? Because I feel when you were saying this, I was sensing so many times. I feel it was my attachment to that dead branch, or a certain way of like I'm comfortable with this. So even when I'm seeing that it is done, its job is done, yet this comfort of holding that, no, little more. That was the first thing that I saw, and the resistance. And the second thing that I really saw very clearly was not defining clearly what I truly want. Not because um, somewhere there was still an idea of this is how it should have been. Like, if I want this, but in a certain way. And it was not so strong. I can sense by your grace that it is really, but I can see it, that, this conditional living. And I clearly remember you pointing me in this direction, and you had said that a whole discourse will be needed for this, or a whole satsang will be needed for this. I feel there is confusion because there are just so many minds. One mind wants this, one mind wants that, one mind, and it's all in me, yet I feel the dividedness. So if I know that I'm sitting in front of you and I want this, I want to totally be here, listen to every word, walk with you, and disperse the clarity, the peace that I feel when I come in front of the light of. So this is what I feel I truly want, and I want to disperse this whatever little in different pockets that I feel it's there. So if you can help me in this
Oh, yeah.
direction, thank you so much. We can look together.
Thank you. It's my joy also to explore truth with you. I would like to bring two main things, which main concept or framework, which I often share, and we are going to use them to explore this. One is this framework 2110. Another is the importance of awareness, and its connection with wisdom. No? So the framework 2110, basically, if you don't go in details of it, is saying that move from many to one. No? In this example of yours, where you said too many mind, then move from many mind to one mind. This is what this framework is saying, that move from many to one. Like, there can be many thoughts, but can there be many thinkers? Actually, there cannot be many thinkers, but there can be an illusion that there are many thinkers. And this is where awareness will help and will wake up your wisdom of the one thinker. So there is always one thinker only, not many thinkers. There can be many minds, but there cannot be many thinkers of those many minds. But in each mind, when the thinker is not sufficiently aware at a deeper level, then it may think that I am a different thinker. So awareness will help you. When you are caught up in one type of mind, be aware that you are the thinker of it. And this awareness that I am the thinker of it will survive when you will be caught up in another type of mind. Like this, slowly, all the minds will become your activities or your involvement or engagement with the processes which are already present in the conditioning of the body mind, of the mind. No? But you will become one thinker now. Now, again, I want to come back to this framework. This framework is a very neutral framework. It is not proposing anyone that you should start from ABC always. That you should always believe that you are in two position and you have to come from two to one. No. That existence is deciding, not any individual. Existence is deciding at any point of time that where we will be. And where existence wants us to be, and if we are there, that is what is bliss. That is what is celebration of life, stability and clarity. No? It's not something new. It is something in line with the flow or decision of existence towards us. So in this example of too many mind, from too many mind to one thinker of them, you will find yourself somewhere in this framework of 2110. You may find yourself as 211, meaning you will find it most suitable for you, that I find myself to be most comfortable or joyful when I feel myself as a being, not as a thinker, not as a doer, not as a decision maker. No? And this process of remembering that I am the thinker of all my minds will help you in falling back or coming back into this. And some other may feel that I am one thinker, decision maker and seer of everything, which is 2-1 position. Meaning they find that position to be most suitable for them, most empowering and comfortable, joyful for them also. And through this process of seeing that I am the one thinker of all the minds, they will fall back or come back to it also. And as soon as we come back to our true position on the timeline of existence, our wisdom of the being wakes up. Not complete wisdom of the being, but wisdom of the being of that position wakes up. No? Whether it is 2-1 or whether it is 2-1-1. And that does the real magic actually. Then we don't have confusions or we don't have doubts, first of all. When we don't have doubt, we don't have sense of division or resistance, choice or preference too much. It's very superficial, lightweight only. Real work happens internally now. Through this wisdom, we feel connected to life and feel guided from within ourselves also. So try to, right now, apply this what I shared. And every one of you try to apply this and see whether it is useful for you or not, or whether it is true or not. In the mind or in the minds, we may be thinking I am this or I am that. But in reality, we are only what we are, or what existence has decided for us to be for the time being. No? We cannot be anything other than the existence decision for us. Because we are existence. We are made of existence. We are made of life. No? Life is like a ocean. We are like something made of the ocean, no? Like this. So the decision of the ocean, the wholeness, cannot be denied by us. We just have to follow it, live it, and happily, you know, play along in this divine play. No? Play along in this divine play, no? Like this. So it's not a compulsion. Compulsion is where we are not positioned as per the decision of the existence. Joy is where when we are rightly positioned. Joy. No? So please check. Would you like to say anything, Ekta?
At this moment, beloved, I am very much in the 2-1-1 position. And the joy that you're speaking of, I can, the sense of rest and the naturalness of it. It's very much felt at the ease, very much feeling it. And yes, when you were talking about this vibe, and I could just sense, that no, it's not necessary. It is really not necessary at this particular point. Everything is just, um, everything is made in. The play is so beautiful that everything is provided for me to just be in this position and sit with you. Not needed. This is just perfect.
It is true. Thank you. But I just want to make things always a little bit more clear in case sometimes we may feel confused. So this 2-1-1 position is not like everything is one and it's just happening by itself. No, it is not. It is that I am one. Not everything is one. I am one, and everything that is happening in life is serving only what is the most intrinsic, desire in the heart, in my being. It is serving only that, you know. But still, I will respond to it. It's still something I will do. A choice will be made in me, a decision, a response, no? Because in between these two positions, between the 2-1 and 2-1-1, there is a state. That state looks like many states, but it is just one state. That is like a state of kind of feels like emptiness, like as if we don't have any form, we don't have any decision making power or ability, as if it feels like this. So this is something in between these two, and I'm just trying to point out that this is not the true state. Similar experience can happen sometime when our mind state becomes too foggy, but only for some time. Otherwise, mind or thoughts come back again, and things start becoming defined again. You know? So please be aware of it. So basically, we should be aware of false states, and there are different kind of false states. There is not just one false state, no, like this. Meaning, 2 in this framework of 2-1-1-0, 2 is purely false state. But even 2-1 has a possibility of false state, and we need to be aware of it. 2-1-1 also has a possibility of false state, and we need to be aware of it. Meaning, there are states which are similar to 2-1 or 2-1-1, but they are not same. And we need to identify, is it same or similar? Similar is the false one, same is the real one, like that. Because the false one gives nothing and takes everything. The true one takes nothing and gives everything. Do you see the difference? In the true one, in the true 2-1-1 position, the presence or the sense of being position, it gives everything, but it doesn't take anything from you. It doesn't want anything from you, from your life, that life should be different than how it is right now. You know what I mean? I should not make decisions. if I need to. I should not be working in the world if I need to, for example. It doesn't ask for any such things. That is somewhere in between. So please go ahead. Yeah, tell me.
Now that you just cleared, I could sense that somewhere, uh, this state where everything is just, where, it's just blank. And I just had this thing where earlier it was like, oh, this blank state. And I could sense that this felt like a false state now to me. It because somehow now it's the blank state that makes you, but it is not, because it is, there is more deeper, as not, no, I cannot say more, as a there is some, there is, yeah, I know, I can't explain it exactly, but this yeah, I feel that I felt the blank state was a false state now. um, and this jumping from 2 to 1, there is still some residue of the mind that I could see, yet there was this one, uh, well, this one thinker is very much present, because this can happen, and yet there is like, no, that you had very, I feel that is what you had pointed to me, and was एक एक मन, एक क्रम, एक मन क्रम,
Vachan.
but and that very much, when the moment I feel that there is, then where are you right now, and then suddenly that thing kind of comes in place, and then it's like, and then that has really, you know and that false state is where I could sense, that it was like the divided was also sensed there. So that is what I feel that you were saying right now again to me.
Yes, yes. The false state is not just when we are disturbed by the noise of the mind. That is also false state when we are catching some break from it. Mostly. But there is a state beyond the noise, disturbance, and that catching of the break. There is something beyond both. That is the state beyond mind. So the true state of the being, the 211, is not affected by what it can experience. Basically, it's not about 211 only. It's about any true state. 2-1 is also true state, by the way, for me. So, any true state has access to the experiences of that level, but is not affected by it. Do you see the freedom? Like this, the 2-1 position where the thinker is one, decision maker is one, seer is one, it is not affected by what it sees or thinks or decides, but it does decide, or it can decide. It has access from inside, but nothing can access it from outside, like this. So this is 2-1 position, which is also a true position. And the 2-1-1 position gives us more access of more deeper experiencing of deeper reality of life, subtler reality of life, subtler thinking also, which are, no? But again, it does not affect us. As long as anything affects us, it is not a true position of that level. No? Do you see my point? So this is how I define true and false positions. Meaning, are you using your thoughts? If you are using your thoughts, then you are in a true position of the thinker, of that level. No? And there could be some thinking process, deeper thinking process. You will find that I'm not really doing it. It is as if it is doing myself. So at that level, you the thinker is a thought only. Do you see my point? And there you will find yourself also again as something, the thinker of those thoughts also. Then you will rediscover yourself in the 2-1-1 position. 2-1-1 is the real thinker of even the deepest possible thinking. No, it's not like just sitting and doing nothing. No, it's the real one who responds to life. No? Like this. So if a form, if a state is taking, affecting, but not letting you decide, not letting you choose, or not letting you basically enjoy the experience, this is not true state. No? True state basically is a sort of a mastery. You know, true state basically is a sort of a mastery. False state is sort of a slavery. No? Like that. So are you the slave of your thoughts, or are you the master of your thoughts? No, like that. Are you the slave of your body? Are you the master of your body? You know, like this we can look. No? Thank you. Please say anything if you feel.
This what you were just saying, it totally hit home. It totally hit home, and I just want to thank you for this subtle, the corrections, and just one correction where I remember you saying, that the story that we have heard, where you are hitting the machine is spoiled, and we call a carpenter and it's like which bolt to tighten, uh, and then not.
Yeah, this is the whole thing actually. And not only through this whole life, living of whole life and growing our wisdom, no, growing in wisdom. Not only we learn how to tap correct at the correct knob or or bolt, no, but also we sometime we learn sometime not to do anything also. Like not to do anything is the best thing, like this, because we know already best is happening. So wisdom is the result. Awareness is the method. No? Wisdom does not really enable us to know who we are. Meaning, wisdom does not enable us to live who we are or know who we are also. But wisdom enables us to know who or what we are not, what we are doing, what freedom we have to do or not to do. You know, so it makes us free from everything that can potentially engage us today or tomorrow. So this is what is the wisdom, the result, the maturity of a being through awareness, no? Like this. So it's very good. Thank you. Enjoy yourself. Very nice to talk to you.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
Thank you. Nishant, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Thank you. Yeah. Want to request an exploration, a small exploration. Yeah. Actually, what it is also not very clear. So then we'll explore the question also, and then we'll see. Yeah. Actually, something very simple. So the person, there's a relationship between the person and life. Yeah. It seems that maybe a large part of it is based in some want, in desire. Yeah, sounds like it's desire. Yeah. Similarly, there is a relationship between the being and life. Yeah. Maybe we can explore that a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, how nice. That's very nice. This will show us also the falsity of things and the truth of them also. No? Like the truth of life and the falsity of life also can be seen through this. So the relation of the person with life is through its desires. And from where its desires come? Its desires come actually from its incorrect understanding about life, about itself and about its own real longings. No? Because the person basically is the being, not living as the being, not living its longing. Longing basically is what the being wants from life, and life is ready to give it or want to give it immediately. But it is not living its longing, it is living desires, which are more a modified, distorted version of the desire, of the longing. No? So, the longing that that I want to live life is a intrinsic, is a basic longing in the heart, in the being, in the true being that we are. Then this being adopts conditioning, like everyone of us. Then it believes that I am a particular body and I am a particular person, meaning body and name and its qualifications and address and relations and everything. And based on that now, that longing that I want to live life is transformed into very specific desires. That I want to buy a mirrorless DSLR camera, or I want to buy a binocular, or I want to go to Europe, or I want to buy a car. If if a person looks at any of its desires deeply, it will be able to go or reach to the longing from where that desire is actually coming as a distortion. But there, that person is not a person anymore here. Now here you will find yourself as the being. And this person is so identified or comfortable in a way, or used to being a person, that it feels I'm not there. So that I found the longing, but it is of no use because I don't think it's my longing. You know. So it feels very confused. That's why even in satsang, the person is able to reach to the truth of who we are, but it feels it's not my truth. It was a nice taste, but what is there in it for me? What is my take home? No, it feels like this also. Although it was the opportunity to discover who you are, the person, meaning the person could discover who I am really beyond it. But it remaining very identified with being a person feels that no, there is nothing like being who we are. The person decides whether it is useful for me or not. Like this, the being a person limits everything of our not only our abilities to meet life, but also it doesn't let us see the opportunities that life is bringing to us, the blessings life is bringing to us. No? Do you feel that this is the right direction where you wanted to explore?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So the real is always one. No? The real is that being. Doesn't matter whether living as the being or living as the person. Living as a person basically means distortion in the core of the experiencer. So when the experiencer is confused about itself, it is confused about its longings also. And based on that, it is confused about what it wants from life. So the seeking, the seeker, who is spending time in life in seeking, is not really the being yet. It is not the being yet who is seeking the longing, what it is longing for. It is only the distorted, the confused version, the false version of the longing. That's why even if it finds, it doesn't feel happy. And the seeking continues. So seeking basically continues because of this region. That this doesn't make me complete. This doesn't make me contented. Like this. That's why this framework 2110 is very valuable. One must come to a more stable ground of thinker, decision maker, and seer also to find out what really I want. Once we become clear what really I want, we will more and more come to that core longing, which is actually part of the being. Like anything which is in the being is part of the being. Anything which is in the person is part of the person. No? Like that. So the longing in the being is part of the being, inseparable. Also. Please say anything else. It's a very nice conversation.
Very insightful, Rajee. Thank you. Yeah. It seems, Rajee, what you talked about, how the person sees and responds to life, yeah? What it wants for, somehow there is, what I meant to say is that, perhaps there is a similarity when we come to satsang also, as we come as a person, what we want is very different from what is actually on offer.
It is true actually. This was a lot of confusion in the beginning in me. Because I used to respond to the being, what the being wants. But the person in between used to say, what are you talking about? I never asked this thing. I was asking something else and you are talking something else. And then it took me really some time to adjust to it. I feel I will never be fully adjusted to it, but I'm a little better than that. So you are very right. We come here as a person sometime, thinking that this is what I want, this is my question, and whenever we know the question, actually generally we know the answer also. Is there any question that we have, but we have no clue about what will be the answer of it? That is the real question. That real question and the longing are not really so different. So our longing is nothing but a question, and life is going to answer it. No? When the answer will come, it will become complete, or we, the being, will become complete. And that completion is what is bliss. Bliss. The experience of bliss basically is the experience of completion. But the question does not know what is my answer. And as long as we have question, we are a person. When we are the question, then Nishant, Satsang is the answer of it. Then, completion start happening every time we come here. Until then, yeah, it was a nice topic, or no, it was not. Like this. And which is fine. Thank you. True.
Really nice, Rajee. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Very good topic, really. It is clear to not only me, but you and many others now, that what is the state of a person and how it kind of gets busy, remains busy with its own thinking and all. But I just keep thinking that is there any way I can help in some way, that person state, and I'm trying my best actually to share, to like discussion and all. That's why I have offered this framework 2110. Let us stick to it. So, Anna, you want to say something?
Thank you, G. Can you hear me clearly?
I can.
I very much like the when you began and you said that I have this assumption that all of us have clarity why we are coming here, and immediately of the mind is very fast, like that fastest finger first you have on television shows, and it jumps up and says, I don't know why I've come here. I'm not a seeker. I'm not wanting enlightenment. So actually, I don't know why I'm here. But then there's something which doesn't have to be fast at all, which is always there. And because one cannot catch hold of it or find it or hold it when it's so subtle. It's beyond subtle also. That clarity is here. It's not something I can hold on to and know that yes, I want to come for this, or no, I don't want to come for this. It so doesn't matter in a sense. I know I'm coming here. And then I always, earlier also I told you, once you call this a mudra, and I felt that this mudra is more wise than my mind. And it brings me to this clarity which I cannot catch hold of. Thank you, Ji.
It's a very valuable what you are saying. But from the mind's point of view, it is something very vague in a way, something very not so clear that you are talking about. So what happens is that what I feel, I clearly feel, not assuming, I clearly feel what has happened to you is that somehow, as if in some time, whether in this life or before, you have gone through this contemplation, thinking of the mind enough, and you found nothing there. So you know that nothing is there in the mind. Now you know this clearly. And now as soon as you are clear that nothing is there in the mind's thinking, now you start seeing something else in some other way of looking at life or knowing life. No? And which is what you are appreciating. Like something opens up internally, started opening up in you now. Like in inner deeper knowing is happening now. And there is no opposite, there is no opponent of it anyway in the form of mind that, no, it's not clear to me, what are you talking about? No, it doesn't need to be clear because it cannot be clear in the mind anyway. Nothing can be cleared in the mind ever, like it has become clear to you like this. That nothing can ever be actually clear in the mind. This has become clear to you in some way. Even if you cannot claim it to be so, but in the being, this is what is wisdom. Wisdom of the being is awake now, waking up more. So the you don't need to really go through all of your thoughts now in order to know that they are not going to that they are not going to give me anything new. They will give me exactly the same thing. And this is something very amazing, that how a being can actually see all of this so quickly. And the sign is that when you are appreciating this simple, seemingly very innocent, or you can say not so clear sharings and like this. On this topic, I would like to just share something like, coming from my heart, that you, the being, is one being. You were always one. And as if in the divine play, you forgot yourself. The being forgot itself and got attached to thoughts one after another, or got involved with thoughts one after another. And it forgot somehow, it did not know that thoughts are a very special process. They can cause you forget who you are. They can take you so far that you will not be able to even sense that how you are imprisoned, even if you are able to feel that I am imprisoned now. You will not be able to figure out that how to get out of it also. And then that is what is the state of bondage. A state of bondage is never that I am bound in something and I know how I am bound. No. A state of bondage is that I am bound and I don't know how. No. And then the reverse process begins when you feel enough is enough. Because many of us will make a home also there, for a long time. And that will become comfortable also there, Like you have all the TV channels and, like matches starting from today, for example, and things like this. Like, can we go kind of tomorrow out of it? Like this. So we have created a comfort zone there. So there are no imprisonments in the soul which can bind the soul, or there are no locks also on the doors, because there are no doors. It is the attachment of the soul for its comforts that it is attached to in those comfort zones. No? But then at some point, Now it is coming, you the soul is coming out of imprisonment. What is imprisonment? Thoughts. Thoughts are not imprisonment by themselves, within themselves. They are imprisonment when you forget that I am the thinker of them. And I am free from them while I am thinking. No? And before and after also. No? So, thoughts are not to be blamed really. It is the asleep of the thinker to be blamed for it. As soon as the thinker starts waking up to the truth that I am the one who is thinking, it is coming to its simplicity, unity, and one wisdom. You know, and that one wisdom is what you are actually talking about right now. One wisdom, not wisdom through many thoughts, many ideas, many words. There are not many things anywhere. There is one existence only, one truth only, and one knower of it that you are. No? How it can be confusing? It can be vast, and it is vast, but not confusing. Not confusing or not complicated at all. And that's what is the joy of the being, also felt. That so much to know, so much to live, and no process involved, no doors anywhere. No complications, no complicated processes or hardship. So when Anna, you are confused, even that time you are the not confused being. Have a look. As if you are attached to some kind of internal argument that unless I win over this argument or complete this, I am not going to rest. And there are many arguments inside us now. We have which we have far fetched. We have fetched them to the extent where they have become our imprisonment now. What we call ego basically is that argument. We have gone too far in it now. That now through working we will not become free from it. Through not working we will become free from it. Not doing anything. Meditation will make us free now. But I feel, no, I still don't do anything. But I think still don't do anything. Hold on. And somehow you feel like, oh my God, I'm out. Thank God. And those who are not out through meditation, core meditation, are just maybe either not too much suffering from it yet, from that imprisonment of ego or thoughts, like as if they are getting still something nice from it. Because what can be in the way? You are one being, and you are always one being. You have never got divided into anything else. You have never become anything else other than who you are. Our togetherness, our satsang is not only a discussion that you are one being, it's a declaration also. No? We are declaring that I am one being and I have never become anything else. Thank you. I just felt that something like this to share with you.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you. Profound thanks, Ji.
Very, very nice. Dharmaji, you want to say something?
Yeah, just very nice satsang, and again overview of 2110, which was very nice. Just felt to connect with you. Nothing specific. I have a question, but I felt to connect with you.
So nice. Thank you. It's very encouraging for me that you are connecting to this explanation, sharings. Because this 211 framework is really all we need. It's just that somehow, as if we are not ready to settle, generally, sometime, we are not ready to settle, as if we are still checking for options. No? That time, this doesn't appeal. Otherwise, this framework is not like a copyright framework or something. It's just a simple explanation. No? You can correct based on your understanding about it, but basically I'm sharing that there is something like this exists in life and it can help us. So thank you, beloved, that you can connect to it. There was one more framework actually I shared very long time back. That time I was not so much, sharing the self-inquiry. That was not 2110, it was 21 only. And how it was, I will share with you. That time we used to discuss about confusions at the mind level, especially about the desires that I want to do something and also I have kind of a resistance for it or confusion about it or whether should I do or not. And I used to say that whenever you find two inside you, there has to be a root of them. Catch any of them, your favorite choice, go deep, go to the one from two. Whenever you find two, go to one or root of any of them, and you will find the root of both of them there. Now attached, hold on to that root now. And soon, as your awareness will grow here, light of your being will grow here, you may see the two again here. Do the same thing. Catch any of them which you find most suitable for you, comfortable for you, and you start going deeper in the root of that also. And you will find the root of both these two also there. One root of both. This is how actually, this is what is the ancient way of coming home to the truth of who we are. This is what it means, eke sadhe sab sade, sab sadhe sab jai. This is what it means that if you balance one, you balance all. If you try to balance more than one, all goes out of balance. No? This is what it means. Balance one. Hold on to one. And all will be balanced by itself. No? What is that one? We are that one. So balance the thinker. Thoughts will start getting balanced. Balance the experiencer. The experiences will start getting balanced, for example. Like this. And what is the balance of the thinker? Stability, consistency, unchanging, not changing nature or state, like this.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the beginning, when we come into from 2 to 2, 1, sometimes it feels as if there is some kind of restriction, because my mind being is used to be in the mind and imaginations and all that, and it feels like there's a lot of options and all these fantasies and all that. And when one comes to 2-1, it initially gives the impression of like as if life is getting restricted into very monotonous life. Because that time even the being, the real taste of being is not there, so that joy is not arise, and all these fantasies are getting basically crashed because you are trying to come to one. So it took me kind of long time to realize this, that the passage is this and this the way, but now it's sometimes I can access 2-1-1 as well, which is a great help, and slowly I'm getting used to this. the fantasies, I mean, I'm also realizing the truth of the fantasies and all these so-called options. So
How nice, how nice. Very, very true what you are saying. It is that challenge from the 2 to 2 1 that we feel that what I have, I will lose, and I don't have anything else like the joy of being. No? Like, why should I go for it? But we don't really have any better option than this, meaning we are lost here no, already. So, what can we do here? And that is where somehow, as if the suffering plays a great role here. When we are really suffering from it, then we choose that no, I want to go out of it now. Even if I have to lose all my fantasies, which are the only thing which I have, like something that, like we are not living anything except through the fantasies, through the imaginations right now. We are not living life or existence unless here, no? Unless we, until we come to the truth of who we are. And that is also going to be taken, or I have to give it up. I understand this totally. One thing I want to add here, this 2-1-1, in a way you can say is that ladder, that is spiritual ladder of spiritual growth, you can say. No? But there is something beyond this ladder. So anyone who is in at any step of this ladder can actually go back also, can fall back also. Remember, so someone who is in this 2-1-1 can go back to 2-1 also, can go back to 2 also, not forever, obviously, but just for moments that like because of the habit and because of the accessibility, it is connected, all connected. But there is something beyond this ladder. That is the truth of the being. When you say that I'm able to live this sense of my being in this 2-1-1 position, actually it is not 2-1-1 position. It is something beyond that. It is that pure being, that you are beyond the spiritual growth. So spiritual growth is not really essential if you can start living the truth of who you are beyond it. And it is essential generally. Like in most of the cases it is essential. In most of the cases it is essential. Because unless we grow, we don't even see that what more is possible, how much more is possible. So either we live in the fantasies, the imagination of the mind, which includes imagination about who we are also. Like we are able to imagine about the being also. When we do sadhana also, in satsang also, we are able to imagine, I am this being. And we live that imagination, not the reality. That's why this framework 2110 is very important to get out of imagination only. And then the job of this framework is done. Now the real job is this dhyana and satsang. Dhyana and satsang is nothing but living your being. Without any framework or steps, which is beyond all the steps and all the framework and all the growth. So basically, all these bodies, not all, but let's say from the heart and above, generally speaking, all these bodies and all these chakras are the doors. You can go through them into your being. You can go through any of them, or you can go from one to a higher one to higher one to higher one, and then into your being also. It is possible really. But it's very, subtle, something very subtle. Because of the interest, the desire in the soul to experience, it want to experience the higher, no? So as long as it want to experience the higher, it want to go higher also in the consciousness, like this. When it doesn't have so much interest in the experience, but more interest in the experiencer, then the growth does not matter. I just felt like I will add something sweet, something beautiful, very beautiful here. Thank you.
thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So very good. Ekta ji, what do you want to say? Please go ahead.
Love it what you just spoke to Dharma now, and before to Anna, the declaration of that you are one being. It's also a reminder. So thank you for this reminder and the declaration. And when you spoke about the confusion and the if you drop into it, then there is no one confused. And when you were speaking about the doors, I felt that the doors are imagined, and it's as if it's the mind that is closing doors, because my being is like, or when you are sharing or at any point, it's always like this. But then I go and I start closing doors as a defense mechanism of the mind. And that brings us to what you were saying, that at any particular point of time, existence is really showering, and it's giving you exactly what you need and removing branches. So if I just wanted to bring it to you, that what I felt was, it was everything is there, and it's the mind that's holding on to the idea and closing a door and literally saying, now I don't want this part, I don't want that part. And it was just such an opening that I wanted to bring in front of.
Yeah, it is. Actually, life is this openness, oneness of life and flow, and this love, no? And so we are part of it. We are not imprisoned in life because we are life. We are made of this material of life or being of life. We are imprisoned in our imagination about who we are and about what life is. So this imagination is called ego. Very strong. It's very, very strong. And it is not alone also. It has the whole company of the whole life, whole human life, no? Most of it. I always feel that if we can become more simple, if we can start using our common sense more in the spiritual context, we will become much more realistic. Then we will stick to those things which are really helping us. We will stick to something concrete, like which we are really getting. We will become wise, and mind will not be able to deceive us. In one sense, mind is not intentionally deceiving us, but in a way we are being deceived by mind. Mind in one sense is nothing but a portion of Maya playing, power, running on power of Maya. Maya is not trying to deceive anyone. This is the funny part of Maya, that when Lord says that, hey Maya, you are deceiving, Maya says, I'm not deceiving absolutely anyone. But people are being deceived, you see. So why we are being deceived by mind? We should think about it. Because we have accepted part of the mind as ourself. That's why. As soon as we become free from that part and we come to the purity of our own being, mind cannot deceive us, or we are not deceived by mind. To be better to say like that. No? Like as long as we are afraid of losing that which mind says that I can take from you or can disturb, we are bound to mind. Only when we are able to say that, hey mind, destroy what you can. because I know that's not worth or not part of who I am. Because after all, mind is not a real thing. It is an imagination of imagination of imagination of imagination. No? That's why when we work within the mind, we can come out of imagination, but still we remain in the imagination of imagination. And then we can come out of more, then we still remain in the imagination of imagination. You see what I mean? Like layers upon layers of imaginations. That's why let us focus on the real and let us identify also the qualities of the real. What are the qualities of the real? What are the signs? How to recognize the truth? No? One of the quality of the truth is that it is consistent. It does not change. So when you, the thinker of thoughts, is always there, this is first confirmation that this is truth. No? That I am the same thinker of all the thoughts. All type of thoughts in all seasons, all weather conditions, in all states, in all body sensations and all pain and pleasures. No? Then this is one sign that aha, I am the true thinker of all my thoughts. This true thinker now can choose not to think sometime. This is called meditation. When the true thinker chooses not to think or not to do anything. Thoughts or no thoughts inside does not matter. No. Thoughts or no thoughts inside does not matter. They matter only to the one who want to think them. No. If you don't want to think them, how does it matter if there are thoughts inside or not? Or does it matter? Like this. I think it's good. Yeah, please say anything if you want to.
I feel you, you just smile a lot more. And sometimes you end up laughing and you're like, what happened? You're like, nothing. I want to thank you for this.
Thank you. Actually, this is the beauty of this truth. The truth, not this truth, but the truth. This is the beauty of truth, that as you are tasting and living and knowing and not able to express, and yet there is such contentment felt inside, that I will ask you, do you want to continue? Yeah. But you are not clear. Yeah, it's fine. But you are clear in the mind about everything. Yeah, but there is no joy there. There is only clarity, but no joy. Clarity without joy is not true clarity, no? It is clarity of the imagination or of the dream of the soul only, no? That clarity is imprisonment. There is another clarity which is freedom. Clarity where we are not imposing anything or maintaining anything. You know, clarity, that clarity comes out of the free look, like free look at life, free look at the being. Not maintaining. Oh, what did I see yesterday? It was so and so and so. It was that being, it was the thinker, it was the decision maker, and this and that. Now let's continue from there today. No, it doesn't maintain that. It looks freshly every day. Let's see what is. Thank you. It's very nice. Thank you. Samya, you want to say something?
Hello, Rajee.
Hello. Ji.
Thank you. Since I raised my hand, I already feel so connected with you, with this. And whenever I lower, again, like the mind clouds. So I thought maybe it's good to just raise my hand, because even as I said, raise, it just connects me with my being.
It is good, no? It's good.
Yeah. The thing is that why I raise my hand, like my mind is quite cloudy and heavy. I don't feel now. I feel connected with my being, so I don't look at this direction now. But maybe it's good to bring to you and to look more that I don't know why. I don't know why my mind is just so easily affected by events, or maybe not the mind, but why I give so much importance to maybe events, or just my mind is too easily affected by the events and happenings of life. Because what I see here is that like beings can connect with you in so much on very high level. And I thought while watching today in Satsang, there must be ups and downs in their life too, probably. But why I am giving so much maybe importance to the events and happenings and what someone did this to me and all these things, so much importance has been given, and my mind easily became so down or up with this kind of things. So I wanted to ask from you about this and guidance and ask for help, because these things really affects me. So thank you.
Yes, I understand this. I will just share how what I see here, no, in this example, no, in this what you are sharing. It may help you. There's one thing about awakening is that uh, we can actually start waking up to the being that we are, without being sufficiently detached from the body mind particularly, ego, and that results in waking up our sensitivity towards who we are, and also towards the experiences produced by the mind, which is basically habitually affected by everything that is happening in life. So as a result, we are more touched by everything that is happening in life than before. It is a actual common experience that is noticed by beings. Now, what will happen here? I have actually my own experience of many people. I've monitored them in a way, like watched them growing and changing for like more than a decade now. No, and what I found was that as if their attachment to their old way of being is causing them suffering from what is happening in life, while their attachment or their anchoring into their pure being is causing them joy. And they are swinging between these two continuously in a way, or holding on to both also. And somehow a choice is being made and slowly will be made. Like they will choose to make one of them their home, or their true position, or their center, or their place from where they are going to live everything. And in this time, what helps best, or what has helped best, is Like a simple question which may look brutal a little bit sometime, cruel little bit sometime, but not really. It's not. That will I be happy, totally happy? Will I be totally happy to become that stable thinker, decision maker, experiencer which I was before? If yes, I should go back in that direction. Not that there is a going back generally possible, but this questioning helps a lot. And the mostly answer is going to come, no, I don't want to go there now. I want to be stable, but not there. I want to be stable here in my being now. And that is going to open your heart towards your being. That, okay, if I want to be stable in my being, then I should be stable now. What I'm waiting for. And that kind of brings relax in our being. That, okay, let me settle. What is settling in the being? This is that settling in the being, relax. Like, okay, let me relax. Like we withdraw more of ourselves from the mind which is monitoring the events of life continuously or being affected by it also. Then we are less affected by, because we are not there. You know? Life continues. Events of life continue. And that level of consciousness, what we are calling mind, is affected by it in a way. Like it notices, it records the events. But there is no one there to attend them, because this one is present in the being now and enjoying its bliss. It's a natural knowing that I am truth and I am eternal. So it is true. And it is not just true in the spiritual context. Even in the personal life it happens. That in a certain age or in a certain state of a person, we become too vulnerable in a way, like we feel fear more. Like for example, collectively, even also in the COVID time, we all became very vulnerable and full of fear, no? More than before. But it means that we became a weak person that time, no? And now we are talking about right now not a strong person from the weak person. We are talking about from a weak person to a strong being. No? We are talking about that now. Or choosing that, do I want to go back to being a strong person from a weak person right now as I am? A strong person is where we are able to feel the wind, but we don't catch cold from every cold wind. No? You know what I mean? Like that. Weak person is that even if a little bit of a wind, you open the window and you catch cold. Like this. So would I like to be a wind and the cold is just a metaphor here, no, and not a literal. So do I want to be a strong person, or do I want to be a strong being now? The method and direction are different. This clarity mostly helps, I noticed. And we many times, like during this time when I was working with the different people for last 1 decade, I found that they have confusions. That will I be able to accomplish all the tasks which I want to accomplish or I want to do right now? And I always say, yes, you will be able to, because you are a more of a being now than you are when as a person. Meaning, being basically means the ability to do anything, to experience anything, to think anything, to create anything, to manifest anything. So you will have that ability much more. But it does not mean that you may feel like doing those things there. Your life changes actually when you change as the being. Your interests change, your relation with life also changes. You don't want to do those things, you don't want to beat those things anymore. You are free from them now. So not necessarily you would like to do those things and succeed in them, but you will be able to if you want to. This I can say to you also. So like there is nothing which a person can do and a being cannot do from the being state. But it doesn't mean that the being want to do everything that a person want to do. No. Most of those things are absolute uselessness and absolute wastage of life. That's why a being stopped doing those things. It involves in living real life, And it involves itself in, engages itself in knowing the truth of who I am. It spends time in knowing its own truth or truth of life, which is one thing actually, ultimately. So I just felt like sharing this. I hope it will help you in some way. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And I just wanted to say that, like, I'm just so happy here.
Yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Remember Papaji, what Papaji said once, no? Like some guy said that I want to, I am able to go inside my being and feel very peaceful, joyful. Then when I come out of it, then I again feel disturbances of the mind. And Papaji innocently asked, then why you come out? This is the thing. Why you come out? Like you know the place where peace is there, joy is there. You know how to go there and you still come out. This responsibility you have to take. You cannot blame that place now or anything else for that matter. Now you need to take that responsibility that, okay, I should not come out then if I want that thing. It's a matter of clarity then. It's not a matter of struggle or anything. No? Nothing is stopping. It's just a matter of clarity. No? So very good.
Then may I ask now? So like when let's call like this enemies throw a stone at you, the mind became like heavy and clouded. And that's why I came to you today. But as soon as I raise my hand, I feel connected with you. So yeah, when there is cloudiness and heaviness, it seems like you are in this cloudiness and heaviness. So I don't know how I came out or this or that. Yeah, I don't know.
I see. So let me then share something else. Whenever this cloudiness happens next time, you can try this. Don't try to get out of cloudiness. Because trying to get out of cloudiness basically is a reverse confirmation in your being that I am caught up into the cloudiness. Don't do anything. Just don't do anything. Just simply look, or what I call just see. Just see. Cloudiness. You will feel as if the cloudiness is disappearing, becoming thinner and just disappearing, like a smoke or something, leaving the more pure and empty, pristine space of the being and making you, the seer, more crystallized and real for yourself. You feel, oh, I am the real one. This was something just I was looking at, not I was caught up in. The moment you try to be free from this fogginess, you are actually in it now. Before you were not. So don't go in the fogginess by trying to be free from it. And this is a little bit of a, you can say, decision making or maturity that has to happen also in us. That I'm not feeling that joyfulness of being, and yet I feel, no, I can actually handle this. If you don't want anything from anything, then fogginess cannot keep you in itself. No. We want something from something. As long as we want something from anything inside us, then we have to be engaged with it. No? If you want that which is only coming from the joy, from the being, no, of your own self, then you don't need to be dependent on anything. No? So try to clearly see what you are experiencing right now and from where it is coming. This clarity also will help, that it is coming from myself, not from the fog or absence of fog. Don't correlate it with absence of fog now. Because fog is not there, that's why I am feeling happy now. No. This joy is not because of absence of fog. This joy is because of presence of your own being. So connect the dots correctly also. And if you depend on the joy of your being, fog or no fog, fog may come. Sometime, some days are foggy days for the mind, for the energies. Some days are not. And it's okay to be foggy, I feel, no? It doesn't take away the truth that you are. It doesn't cancel the being that you are. It doesn't stop you from living the truth of who you are. It doesn't stop you from enjoying the bliss that you have built in within yourself. No? So this is that identification part. Please understand identification. What is identification? It plays in so many subtle ways. In one sense, what is ego mind? Okay, in relation to realization of who we are. Ego mind is a condition or a collection of conditions that we have accepted to be ourselves and to live ourselves. Before living ourselves, before being ourselves, these conditions have to meet. Okay. So this is what is ego mind. But ego mind is not something just there. It is accepted by us as a reality. That is real. If fog is there, I cannot live myself. But the thing is that if you live yourself, fog will not be there. Or even if there, will not bother. I feel you must notice also that when fog is gone, sometimes there are times when fog is gone, but the being is not there. The joy of the truth of the being is not there. You will feel quite empty, like, yeah, fog is not there, but something is not there. Like something beautiful is not here. Something is missing here, no? That you should notice also. And that beautiful thing when there, even if fog is there, you are okay, really. So let us not focus on darkness. This is said like this. Tamso ma jyotirgamay. Let us move from darkness to light. How? Focus on the light. That's how. What is light? That which is stable, that which is not changing, that is which is certain inside us. That is the light. In any darkness, what is that? That is the experiencer of it. Any darkness that we are experiencing inside us, the experiencer of it is certain, and it is that light, which can take us out of this darkness also. Let us hold on to that experiencer, that seer, that knower of it, like this. So thank you. I think this will help maybe.
Thank you so much.
Good. So anyone else can also talk? Yeah, anything if you want to. Yeah, Anna, you want to say something?
Thank you, Jeed. There is a bit of a mystery that just now came up for me, a question that it seems to me that when I have a challenge, then I'm very acutely aware of, I'm in awareness. And if I'm not in a challenge, I become lazy. And in the recent past, I was taken out with a big challenge out into the world. And it looks almost like I overcame all those fears and they stopped being challenging for me. Every single of those outward challenges became more of a joy than a challenge, and I became lazy again. And so now situation has forced me into a very like I'm in almost in a jail. Anyone in my situation, everyone is sympathizing with me. Oh, poor thing, because it's very challenging to look after someone with this, my mother's advanced stage of dementia. I'm in a 24-hour alert state. Anything can happen, so I hardly get sleep, this, that, and the other. And again, so long as the challenge is uh, is present, which is now most of the time, in a 24-hour period, it's there most of the time. I'm very aware. I can't even say I'm in awareness. Awareness is there, just aware. But I don't know why I find it so easy to be lazy the few moments when there is no challenge. So I don't know.
It's something very beautiful, I feel we can explore together, no? So I feel that there are two basic form of awareness here. One is that which is dependent on what we are aware of. As long as that object which we are aware of is there, or the need, also how much we need to be aware of, that thing is kind of dictating the amount of awareness present here. As soon as that object is not there or the need is not there to be aware of something, that relax happens, what you are calling lazy or something like this. So this is what is life basically, This is what is life. Living life basically is being aware. Aware means aware to see or to live, no? Also. But this is not really permanent life in a way. What is this permanent life basically is connected to self-awareness. Meaning the one who is aware of this object when becomes aware of itself. When it can become aware of itself. It can actually not become aware of itself just like this. This one is going to find itself in the body and aware of other objects, no? Like in a normal state, what we are talking about, the normal objective awareness. So while it is aware objectively, no? While it is holding the objective awareness, it can wake up the subjective awareness, meaning awareness of itself also. This is what is awakening. And once it wakes up, that this is what Kabir calls Sun Gagan mein diya na varle, meaning in the empty silent sky, light up the candle like this. What is this candle? Candle is this self-awareness, is that candle. Once we light it up, it starts just getting brighter and brighter. It becomes self-sustained somehow at some point. So it is possible, for example, for us to know that I am, but not sufficiently that the candle lights up. No? Or it can be in such a way that the candle lights up. And now it's going to become stronger and stronger by the day by itself, without we doing anything about it. Now it will be doing us in a way, or undoing us in a way, as a person. No? It's going to remove our impressions of being a person and going to create new memories or impressions in the mind of being the being that we are. So self-awareness is something very different. When you are lazy, in the lazy state, let's say, is totally fine. Like nobody can or need to be all the time aware of things. No? That is just imagination, or you can say misunderstanding in the spirituality that we have. But you can still be aware of yourself during that time when you are not aware of anything. No. During the waking state, it is going to become deeper in a way. Like it's going to become more prominent in a way, that you are just sitting, not particularly trying to be aware of anything, or not trying to notice any natural awareness present in the mind towards the surrounding. But still you will find that you are aware that you are. I am aware that I am. No? As you will pay attention to this awareness that I am aware that I am, it will deepen in a way, like it will become brighter. So this awareness is called the light of truth or the light of God, which starts coming out of you into this life through the body mind also. No? So do you feel that you have this self-awareness when you are lazy? Meaning, would you like to say anything basically?
Gee, actually, I have what I was trying to say is that I have this self awareness when there is the non stop crisis issues. Because the crisis becomes small, it's being taken care of. I don't have this great sense of I am doing this, and it's actually at that deeply relaxed state. And when I have those less lazy periods, I'm lost in thought, or I'm going on WhatsApp, or I'm not self aware.
So then I think it makes sense to spend time and in self-awareness also. Because there is a beauty of self-awareness through the circumstances, intense circumstances, and need of the hour. But still there is a stress there, and there is a stretching, like we are stretching ourselves outwardly while we may feel like experiencing ourselves also a little bit. But there is such a greater beauty in experiencing ourselves without any such stress or involvement with the circumstances of life. This is what all the great beings are enjoying actually. They are just sitting and enjoying in this self-awareness. Self-awareness basically is something which grows. Grows means what? Where exactly it grows? So it is self-awareness which is basically which was in a way living like an individual. So that individual got reduced to self-awareness now. That's why this individual says, I am only awareness. Now this awareness is what I call self-wonder. That's why we have this retreat also now coming up from self-inquiry to self-wonder. So that there is a completion, end-to-end completion. From we start from self-inquiry to wonder that to become clear about what we are not. Then we step into self-wonder, where we start becoming aware what we are. Self-wonder is something begins. It doesn't end really. The whole of the self is there to be aware of. And this self-awareness is a very small thing in comparison to that. And it is going to just, as if the self has been put on fire, as if in a beautiful way, like fire of love. Fire of soft, loving, sweet light. And it's just going to grow. This self-awareness is going to know more and more. Self-wonder is going to know more and more what the self is, what it is. But it all will remain internal. Nothing of this will come out ever. Nothing of this will come out ever. As long as the body-mind is there, it will be able to say a few things out of it. No? Like I also try to say, all my great, my guru also try to say, very hardly something comes out of it. No? Words are not really what is real. That is something much, much deeper. No? Like this.
Thank you, Ji. This helped a lot. It helped a lot. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Very good, very good. So that's why awareness is something very valuable, but not if it is not used well. No? Awareness can be used for self-awareness. No? Like awareness can be used for being aware of who we are, who is aware of things. So awareness generally is objective awareness, meaning this is what is called diya tale andhera, meaning darkness under the lamp. The one who is aware of everything is not aware of itself. This is what is darkness under the lamp. No? So this same awareness, which is enabling us to be aware of the world, of our objects and body and mind and thoughts and feelings and everything, can enable us to be aware that I am. It cannot enable us to be aware of who we are. This is only objective awareness. It cannot go deeper in the self. It can only go deepest in the mind. And there is a junction point where the mind and the self meets in a way. The sleep and the dream and the awakening meets. This is from where this objective awareness or this self who is aware of the object can become aware that there is a truth, the truth that I am. From here, self-awareness or self-wonder wakes up in a way. You know, like this. So this is that map. I am just trying to share that how things are connected to each other. So if somebody is trying to be aware of things, they may become just more aware of things, not necessarily aware of themselves. No, no. Using awareness of things to be aware of who we are is what is the purpose of awareness in the spiritual context of awakening. It is not just about becoming more aware of our surroundings or thoughts or body or anything. For what? So very, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji. It's very, very beautiful. I just continue like yesterday. I was asking you what after feeling relaxed or sitting, and then what to do. Like, but today I feel like well, just be here. Don't like pulling down and. So today I just feel there is a contributing this satsang also helped me to living and enjoying that. So yes, I want to come in front of you. There is no question, just living this truth with you.
In the ego state, when we are in the ego state, we have this kind of language of either or, either this or this. Like we have the language of the false self and true self also, false position, true position, and they are all indicators and they are all useful as an indicator, as a pointer, but they are not truth. No? The truth is that you are the same one being all the time. So our true state, for example, is not really a spatial state. It is rather not a spatial state. Please understand. That's why it doesn't appeal to most of us in the beginning. Like, hey, what are you talking about? This is not something I would like to come to. Our true state is basically the most natural state of the being, where being is not making any effort to be in any certain way, plus self-awareness. This is what is awakened state, you can say. which is much more bigger than we think really. Because what is the other? What is the opposite of it? The opposite of it is not a relaxed state, like a agitated, disturbed, tired state of being, and also not aware that who I am. So now that agitation, that disturbance is converted into a motivation, into a false desire to attain something in this world for the person we believe we are. No? You see? To end all of that, we need to come to one truth of who we are. Not one truth opposite of thoughts or feelings, thinker or seer or decision maker. Just one being. No? Because this is one life and we are one being. No? Like this. And if it is experienced like this in Satsang, it will continue after that also. Because you will feel, yes, I am the same being actually after Satsang also, who doing the things now. And that's where the right relation with life starts happening. You see? Right relation with life is very internal. It is not through thinking or looking. We don't need to look at life in this way, you know. So it's good, no? Thank you, Ji.
Thank you so much. It's really very, very good to stay here. It's just more clear to how to be like stay here. Then it is more joyful and more like constant and like
More?
constant and like
Constant, yes.
Oh, yes.
On this topic, can I share with you? Can I bring your attention to something? All of you maybe can also appreciate it. Inside me, what I found out long time back is that, you know, when I stumbled upon this simple truth that I am, what I found that this I am, myself, this I am meaning myself, is not something continuous. It is constant. Everything else is continuous. Continuous basically is something which is continuous from one perspective and discontinuous from another. It is just about the gap between the two occurrences. It is about the interval, the left length of the interval only. No? So there is anything which is continuous is discontinuous. Anything which is discontinuous is also continuous. You know, it's like this. This is what is the circle. This is what is the circle of birth and death. This is what is samsara. You know what we call samsara? This is that birth and death. What is continuous is samsara. What is constant is truth. You are that constant. So stick to the constant. Bring your attention to the constant, not to the continuous. It is better to focus on more continuous than less continuous. In the beginning, it's good. But at some point, I feel where you are, focus on the constant, not continuous. What is constant in you? Focus on that. Not what is continuous. You know, like this. I think it's good. Thank you. Devdas, you want to say something?
Namaste, beloved. Can you hear me now?
Namaste. I
Yeah.
can. I can.
Happy. And I just want to express my great gratitude because I'm listening for quite some time without talking. because I'm living in a house where I'm not alone and I don't want to make any noise for the other to disturb. And also, and because I'm near to Sahajas, I'm living in a kind of environment that, and it's very always whatever you are saying, the subtleties and the clarity is very important. So, and so happy because today were many things, but the whole thing is it's always I forget. I have to remember, and also my what to say. One of the biggest challenges in order to be able to live, to be self-aware, aware of being self-aware, kind of, it's that the mind is pushing me into sleep, and it's not an easy thing because it's working for many years, and I tried all kind of stuff. Even Guruji sometimes asked me to sit in front of him at 1 meter. Then I would, I didn't fall asleep, but and not long ago, maybe a few months ago, I realized that it was by grace that I was really, maybe I'm also pushing a little bit this sleeping time. I'm just, in the past, I was sleeping only 4 hours. Afterwards, I said that, okay, maybe 4.5, it's enough. And also, I realized that it's good if you can have a 20, maximum 30 minutes during the day in the afternoon. After that, I'm very kind of fresh. Then for sure. And also, if I am eating, I'm also very easily get asleep because the energy is also, everything is affected, kind of affects this kind of the alertness or about this which you are, that there's nothing to talk about it, but to be aware that that's the highest. That you even mentioned that this is the whole thing, that the naturalness, it's nearly impossible to be understood. It's and also Guruji is trying to explain in many ways, and slowly I read, oh, okay, it's not different, it's the same, but in another context, or not on another context, another explanation or another kind of word. And even for me, it took many years to realize that even one word can make such a big difference, kind of, because I'm still coming from the mind or taking too seriously the mind's thing. So that's why I'm just explaining that, for example, I was like very judgmental about my sleeping, and I tried all kind of stuff. But someone was telling me that, but why you are not? Because you are aware that you are now sleeping, and also that another thing, if I am not sleeping, then I am blank. That's another kind of, it also took me a long time to realize, but this is a mind state that you kind of want to push me in the sleep, but it doesn't. It's not true state, kind of emptiness, but it's not true. It's a kind of lie, as I remember. Somebody was asking Ramana Maharshi, and he said that and also Annamalai Swami. So it's not a good. It's a kind of fake, and but the one who is aware about whole thing, and also realizing, okay, I was like this. It what happened. So if I'm not identifying with all kind of these states, and not making a big problem about this, I feel that that's the kind of healthier because I tried many things. So I try to explain, hopefully quite broad, to have a kind of picture of what is happening. But I also realize nowadays I try to get up very early in the morning. Kind of tried even the Brahma Muhurta to kind of catch that. And it was very, how to say, very, to say, blessed. Because many things were cleared up. And because I was trying about these many things, to go out, to wash my face, to be more alert, I realized that no, I don't even need that. I just sit, because if I was just trying to lie down and do this, I was falling asleep. So I sit, and then the whole thing is just going on and kind of going on. I just watching, because I'm always here, and it took me a while. But the one who is watching, and the one of my biggest help is that, and that was good to hear that who is saying this. That's kind of bringing back, and because I have too many methods what I can use, but I have to stick with one because otherwise I'm always using something else.
Yes,
And,
it is important to stick to one method really.
And just and because also it was given by Guruji that you can put in the basket of God. This is also very easy. For example, my mind is whenever it's judgmental, I just put. But yeah, it's the best to come back to the original seer because there's only one. So like, and to be really like, and from where I am seeing this kind of.
Yes.
With,
I think,
okay.
yeah. So what you said in everything is one method. That's the key, no? One method does not really is a magical method or sacred method or like a golden key or something. No, one is the golden key, not the method part of the one method. Because one basically is the one doer or practitioner of that method. This one is what is the magic. Because this one is what gets us out of the dream. Being one is what gets us out of the dream, takes us out of the dream, not method. Whatever method is suitable for us, we can choose that. Like what is most suitable for us, let's say. And let me share with you something now. That the sleep basically is only two type of sleep. One is the actual sleep, which is of the body or of the mind. Like there is a need for the body and mind to be asleep, which is very, very less really. The other sleep basically is coming sleep of resistance. It is a sleep of resistance. There is a resistance going on, and that can be controlled actually, quite scientifically in one sense, like as if we are pushing ourselves too much, or we are giving up, either giving up or pushing too much. No, there is a middle way, the way of the water. The middle way is the way of water. What Anna, you will remember, many other will remember that I shared this technique of learning to how to pour water, pouring water. Pouring water is like this. Let's say you have a can of 5 liter water, full of 5 liter water, and then you have one small glass or something and you want to pour. It's going to be either too fast or too slow. So it will not be smooth. So bring it to the smooth angle first of all, slowly, and then increase the speed without breaking the flow. Let it be smooth. It should not be, and this is the key for bypassing the resistance. If you hit on the resistance, it's going to hit you hard back very, very much. I don't remember exactly, but there is a material scientists have come up with. They made a speed breaker out of it. If you pass through it or hit on it at a certain speed, which is not allowed, let's say, on this road, then it will feel like a stone, and you will be hit by it so badly, like it may, break your car or something. Or if you pass through it at a slower speed, it feels like water or like nothing. So this is what is the law of resistance. You need to find the right speed, but consistency. Most of the people, if they slow down, they also give up, like they become lazy. So this is where we have to maintain it, that not giving up, continuous, but little bit slower than at the present, but more continuous to compensate that slower speed also. No? And that is going to really break us free from that fight that is going on internally, which is causing sleep also. sleep and many other problems also. Confusion, different kind of negative feelings and this and that. All that is coming from the resistance. Resistance is not something really like someone who is disturbing us there. It is just a present state of consciousness which is being challenged by our speed of change that we want, and it is just responding. No. There is nobody there. There is no ego mind there like a person fighting with us. No. So if we can come to that right speed, that's amazing really. We can bypass all the resistance of the mind and ego, and we just happy. I thought that it may help you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kabir says like this: धीरे धीरे हे मना धीरे सब कुछ होए, माली सींचे सौ घड़ा, ऋतु आए फल होए. Oh my mind, slowly everything happens. Even the gardener waters the plants hundreds of times with hundreds of pots of water, no? But only when the season comes, the fruit comes, only then, no? In the right season. What is the right season? That right season is what is grace of God. What is the need? The need is that the gardener that we are of our own life should continue consistently, making effort, making it better. So one more key here is that energy which is resisting to our awakening and causing us to feel sleepy or dreaming or any negative experiences or any distractions is the same energy which will be consumed in doing our sadhana. So the more this energy is consumed indirectly without fighting with it, the less energy is there left to fight with us or create resistance, sleep or dreaming or any form of negative experiences or distractions also. That's why just doing one thing, continue doing one thing, is going to withdraw everything, correct everything, settle everything in a way. But consistently, continuously and growing also slowly, little bit more than last week, little bit more than yesterday also. Not so much more maybe that our mind start freaking out or something.
Yeah, thank you, because very interesting. I had to learn because I was very determined, and I was pushing at the beginning for many years. And it took me a very long time to realize, but I have to be a little bit more kind of giving
Yeah. Actually,
possibility to not to be so kind of.
Consistency and continuity also requires energy. The same energy which you are using to push something can be used in continuity, consistency. So now it will be consistent, continuous effort, but lesser than before. And it will result much more. It will give more result. So this is what is real determination, I feel. Not trying to fix everything today, but trying to continuously do until we succeed. No? Gautam Buddha has said like this, that who succeeds? Those who continue until they succeed. They succeed. And these people are going to continuously adjust their speed as necessary. Not just one day, every time, every week, every month, they are going to keep adjusting their speed. Because they know they just have to succeed. They have no other option. Like this. So who succeeds? The one who is clear that I want to succeed and I will succeed. They succeed like this also. So very, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, bless you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else want to talk? We can talk a little bit, then we end this meeting now.
Pranam Rajee. Rajee, there is only one one thing I wanted to clarify was you mentioned about the distortion in the seeker. I guess you were talking to Dharma about this, and I feel this is something which never occurred to me, that a seeker of truth, or in the position of a seeker, there can be distortion. So, and what I felt as you spoke on that subject of how we see everything in the distorted format, and that can come even to the place where you are seeking with a distorted understanding. Or so I was like, this is something which I never considered, and if that is a possibility, then I would like to remove it. If you can elaborate on that or put some light on that, that will really help.
Oh, thank you. It's a very good topic. Generally, what we are calling sleep actually is not really like actual sleep. The soul, the being that we are, doesn't have this kind of feature that it can go to sleep or something, you know. This was sense of I am, for example, which is what is the core of this soul that we are as an individual, you know, generally, is not there when it is sleeping in the deep sleep, you know. And as long as it is there, it is not sleeping, even if it is dreaming, either waking state or dreaming state, for example. So this sleep feature is not really there in the soul, but it is sleeping. Spiritual sleep basically is a set of blind spots, and we need to understand what is blind spot. Blind spot is basically what we just don't see. We are not aware that we are not aware of something, you know. That is blind spot. Like a blind belief, like a blind unconscious belief that this has to be like this. I gave example sometime, like scientists discovered something long time back, somewhere in some other planet, no, or somewhere, that we believe that life can happen only exactly the way it has happened on Earth, anywhere in any other planet. But it's not true. Life can happen in a different way. Different cycle of life can happen there. You know, they came to know about it. For example, this is that kind of blind spot in the science also. Yeah. Like what we are seeing is real. It's just about there is a problem and I have to solve it. But maybe what we are seeing is not real, meaning our seeing is not correct, maybe. No? This is where we are not ready to be shaken. This is where we feel shaken if suddenly it is highlighted. You know, what is shaken? Disturbed. What is disturbed? Disturbed is not a real thing. It is just that establishment. The soul is so established in the belief, in the blind spot, that it feels everything can be shaken, not this. But when it is highlighted, oh, that's why almost everybody feels shaken very beautifully when we do self-inquiry, for example, for a moment, like, who I am? Oh, I never thought like this. You know, we feel very joyfully surprised and, you know, like shaken beautifully by it, like, wow, I never thought that who I am. Everything was like very stable. Everything was very clear, you know. So what is the suffering of life is not really coming from life, for example. It is coming from distorted view. Like, what do we really have? What do we own? Do we really own anything? We don't. Then why we are blaming, or why we are demanding things in life? Because everybody, we feel like, hey, because every person is demanding, that's why I'm demanding. It's okay to demand because everybody. But then we are suffering also like everybody else. You see what I mean? So we have no real ownership in this life. We have no actual demands possible from life. We just have an option to live what is here. And yet we are suffering from our desires. What are the desires? They are coming from this distorted point of view. Otherwise, this moment is moment of bliss. Because neither you have to attain anything really, nor you can or you need to lose anything like losing weight or something of the ego or mind or anything. No. All in service to truth. All in service to truth only. This is what is opening our eyes in a way. Being aware that my view is distorted. This is what is the first step towards clear seeing. Like the very question is wrong. This is what is the awareness towards the blind spot. That the very question is wrong. Doesn't matter what answer I will get out of it now. You see what I mean? And if you go in search of the right question and then you ask the right question, you will get the answer. But anyone who has gone in search of the right question, they never found any right questions. Because there are none. Life cannot be questioned, it can only be lived. Although we feel that, hey, what are you saying? Life is not something separate from us. We are not something separate from life. Life is like water of the ocean. We are some form made of it. It's all internal and one. Like this. So it's very important to become aware, like to have the doubt. That's why Osho said that doubt is very important in the mind. Otherwise, things are so well settled in the mind that we don't doubt that what I'm thinking is maybe not true. The more wise anybody is in the mind, the more they doubt that maybe it is not true. What I'm like, more open they are in a way. Openness of mind is what it is. That openness of mind, that maybe what I'm thinking is not correct. Maybe there's an entirely different way of looking at things. Like totally different, not just keep improving this one. What is out of the box? This is out of the box. What is box? Mind is the box in this case. So you are talking about something out of the box now. No? Hey, my view is distorted. It's good, no? Say anything if you want.
Mm-hmm. Rajee, when you just simply put it as, or the way I heard it is, accepting life the way it is, or living life as it is given to you is the way, is the truth in a way. And that's how I understood. And I feel my the dilemma that I always faced was, I still do, but it's easier in an environment like this where I don't have to be like something or somebody. I just am. So there are no views, and there are no specific views or frames that I live by of the mind, or
it is true. This is our true state of being, that when we live in this purity of being, this is how it is. But we cannot live in the purity of our own being all the time when we are living in the body. So we will come out of it. Come out of it into what? Into the sense of individual, where we have total three things, you can say, basically, many things maybe, but basically, categorically three things. One is the sense that I am. Another is the mind, collection of mind and like memories and training and conditioning and everything. And the third is body, basically body, senses. And through that we are going to live life now. And this will create a point of view. And it is a point of view basically. But now you will know somehow, hey, it's not true. And it is okay. You will not be against it so much, like it's okay. It's fine. And slowly somehow we will start enjoying also. That is, it's beautiful to kind of take up like a role, take up like a shape when I'm functioning, looking at life. No? This is that 2-1-1 position. Zero is what you were talking about, like pure being is that zero. 2-1-1-0. In a way you can say this zero is where the being has gone beyond the body mind into the purity of being, where it will go when this body will fall. Yeah. It has gone already there, even for a brief period of time. And then now in the coming days and weeks it will go again and again there, and then will come out of it into the body and will function and will do things. No? And the living of in the body will cause it to forget itself again momentarily. Then it will feel what to do. Then it will remember that not doing anything is the way to come back to the truth of who I am. Then it will not do anything for some time, will drop back into the being, feel nice again, feel happy again. Yeah. And slowly these two things will start becoming one thing in a way. You know. So I think it's very good. Thank you. I think this is very good. No? I feel this is the good time to end this meeting now, unless somebody has very quick question or something. Just one thing I want to say in the end, using the same framework 2110. Zero, you can say, is where the being of life once again has become being of life, like one being of life. It is not in the separate being state anymore. And that is from where it actually has taken this form, in the form of all of us. So it is this one being of life living in the form of me and you. And it somehow as if it skips the basics, as if it skips the first one after zero, and it jumps onto the second one after it. Then it gets lost in the two position, many thoughts and fascination and imaginations connected to it, and fantasies connected to it. And it is just returning home actually. Every one of us is this one being of life. It is just returning home. From the position 2, life is very confusing. From the position 2-1, life is quite stable. but joy is not there. In the position 211, joy is there. But that life doesn't look like how to live life so much, And then slowly back and forth, it will going to become like a one beautiful life, where we have the connection or connectedness to the zero, the being of life, and also we have connection with the body mind, the mind, individual mind, and we are able to live life, practical life here. And because of the connectedness with the zero, the being of life, we will not become a person again. We will not become a person again. But also we will not become a being. Please understand. Those who are connected to the being of life, they don't become a being, they just remain as they are. They do the activities and they remain connected to the being. And these two things are not in conflict with each other. Rather, they support each other. Connectedness with the being gives us energy, wisdom, strength, courage, kindness, sense of connectedness with the whole life, but in a very impersonal manner. Not that all of the persons are one with me as I am a person. No, not like this. This is not the real experience of oneness. It's an internal experience, like this. So thank you, beloveds, for joining this meeting. God bless you always.